Hi everyone, so I'm back with another layout and it's the second part of my Pickering day trip. So I'm using the same papers as I did last time but just a different sheet. It's still from that Papermania collection. I don't think it is lost and found, but I can't find the name of the collection because it is really old. I've had the papers for a fair while, but they are really nice. As I said, I do love autumn, so I like all those sort of colours. So I'm just cutting it down to fit my page. And I mess up quite a few times. For some reason I just couldn't get the measurements right, so I ended up having to cut them down a fair few times before I got it right. And then still having glue trouble, so I obviously finished that Pritt stick, and when it comes to the end it just falls out, so I just had to use the actual glue. But I wasn't going to waste it, there's still some left, so I did use that. And then I just sort of lined the side of the paper with my favourite washi tape from Etsy. And then these are my photos, so they are of Pickering Castle and the famous North Yorkshire Moors Railway with all the steam engines, you know, the old style steam engine trains. So it was nice to see that. And then I'm just picking some paper to go around the back of my photos, and I do flick all the way through my creative book before going back to the first one that I pulled out, which was like a mint green thin piece of paper that I thought suited the, well, it matched the leaves in the background. And then I stick these photos down, but this glue was not the right glue for it, because it was just, the paper was too shiny, so it just sort of slid a little bit. You can see when I put this one down, it just slides, but it does stick eventually once I hold it down for about 10 minutes. So as I said, I have been having a few glue trouble because I can't decide which glue I want for which things. I think double-sided sticky tape is the way forward. I've always liked double-sided sticky tape, but it's just really messy because I cut it down so little because I don't like to use loads of it at once. You have all the little pieces of the backing on the desk and all that sort of stuff, so it's a bit messy, but it's probably the best way forward. So I cut the photos down, but then I don't like how thick the border is, so I do actually cut them down further, just because it sort of, I don't know, covers up a lot of the background, which I wanted on show really. I don't like to cover up my whole background, because I do that already with all my bits and pieces, so I didn't want to unnecessarily cover it even more. So I cut them down really thin, but I do like to just have a little border around them, just so you can sort of differentiate between the borders and the background. So then I decided to stick these down, and this is when I decided to go to double-sided sticky tape because the glue was doing my head in. I was just constantly having to hold things down because it just wasn't sticking. I think it's just a mixture of the different types of paper and stuff, but I do go for double-sided sticky tape in the end, which, as I said, I think is the way forward with sticking photos down. So then I know I want to do some more stamping, so I actually ripped some of this paper from my last layout and I just use it in the corner because the paper is so busy on the background. I don't think it would look good with stamps on there, so I wanted just some plain sort of paper. So I ripped a little bit and I stick it in the top corner so I can stamp on it, and I do outline it with the gold Dovecraft ink as well. I'm actually running out of that glue, and I do like that glue, it's just not great for some purposes, so I will keep using it, but just not for sticking photos down. So I do stare at this sheet probably for about 10 minutes. I had to cut out so much of this video because it's just me staring at this stamp sheet, knowing thinking about which one I want to use. So I do decide on that like long leaf pattern, and I stamp it with the StazOn black ink. And I really like this ink. It stamps really well, and it does smell like marzipan, which is nice. So then I want to do some more stamping, so I put some more sort of distressed paper in the back of that photo, and I stick it down, and then I stare a little bit longer at my stamp sheet before picking some little leaves to go on there. They're really stuck to that plastic sheet. I have to like yank them off, but obviously be so careful not to rip them. So I mess up a little bit here because I'm using such a big acrylic pad. The ring binders get in the way a little bit, so I have to move the stamp across and use the edge, which I should have just done in the first place, but I wasn't thinking. And I just use a little leaf just for the right hand side of that piece of paper. apologies for that if you heard that. That was because I am currently working from home and I am trying to do this mid-shift. So then I'm just sticking on some little gems that come from the works, and then I decide to colour in some of the leaves on the stamp with this gold glitter glue from Dovecraft. And I really like the way it comes out. I was a bit hesitant about doing it because I really liked how the stamp came out, and it's one of those things where sometimes if you do too much you ruin it, but no, I was really happy with the way this came out, and I decided to do it on the large leaf as well. So I just think it looks nice because in the background you've got browns and greens and stuff, so I think the gold goes really nicely with that. And I must have done this really slowly because even in fast forward it seems like I'm taking forever to colour these in. But as I said, I'm really happy with the way it came out. And then I just open up the little IKEA sticker pad that I got, and I do design these little banners, but I don't like they have like little floral bits coming off them, and I don't really want those, so I cut them off and just stick down the little banners that have got little gold outlines. And I stick another one at the top, and I do move that because I stuck it down really crooked first of all. And then I go back to my washi tape. So I'm using the same washi tape as I did last time, which is the gold glittery one from Craft Sensations and my favourite autumn one from Etsy. So I'm now just putting on some card for my journaling down the side, and I use the same paper that I used last time. And I just go around it with the gold ink. I always like to put a little bit of journaling on them. I'm not that great at journaling. I always find it a little bit awkward because I either want to write too much or I don't have much to say. So it seems a bit like, oh, a bit of a chore really, but if I don't do it straight away then it will never get done. So once I obviously finish recording, I do my journaling straight away. So then I'm just looking for some more stamps, and it took me a while to figure out which ones I wanted, but then I decided on this, it's like a pile of leaves, and that top one it says my favourite time of the year is autumn or something like that, but when I stick down the leaf one it doesn't come all the way off because obviously the paper's higher than the background, and I actually really liked it, so I was hoping I made the same mistake again on the top corner, and I did. So I really like that sort of look. It just sort of borders the journaling card a little bit, so I'm glad that happened actually. Didn't do it on purpose, but I really like it. So I'm just looking at some little bits in the creative paper pack, and I think I choose a little border to go, and I just snip it down a little bit. And I just put it down on the photo, I believe, yeah, just to make a little sort of border. And then I'm still looking through what I can use. As you can see, I've still got absolutely loads in that book. Still trying to get through them. So that little round sticker just says beautiful things with little gold hearts on them. And then I decided on these little flags because they're sort of green and gold, and I thought they suited the theme, so I just stick them on each photo. And I stick some of these little mint green stars down as well. And it is so satisfying to sort of use things up. As I said, this book has got absolutely loads in it, and it's so hard to try and use everything, but I'm trying. And then I've got this sort of ring binder that I've made full of all my sentiments sort of stickers. So I just go through one of the ones I got from Neon Sheep, and it had these nice gold and white alpha stickers, so I just spell out the word castle at the bottom. And these are really nice, these sticker books. Neon Sheep get them quite a few times a year, and they just have some nice quotes and stuff in them. So they're only about £2.50 each, and you do get a lot for your money, so I do buy them whenever they have them in store. And then I'm just flicking through, I'd want something for just that space between a journaling card and the leaf stamp. So I'm just trying to find something to put there, and I do decide on this sticker that says, today I choose joy, just because obviously it's got the gold in it and the black. And then I go back and put for September 2020 at the bottom in that little banner. just trying to use up some of the alpha stickers really, because I've got so many, and obviously you find yourself always with the same sort of letters. So whenever I can actually spell a word, I will use alpha stickers to try and get through them. And then that's it. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.